Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be planting garlic and I wanted to bring you along with me. So there are two main types of garlic that you'll hear people refer to. You have a hardneck and a softneck variety. Most of the ones I'm going to plant today are softneck varieties. I have one that's a hardneck variety. So the main difference that I have seen with between the hardneck and the softneck is the softneck varieties have like a softer, so the ones I grew last year have a more softer stem that they can be braided. So I braid my garlic once they dry and once I cure them, I'll just put all the stems together and braid them up and then hang them up in the pantry for use during the year. Hardnecks grow, they have a stiffer stem, and they grow something called a scape, and it's like if you've ever seen like a scallion or chives, it kind of looks like that, but at the end of it, it circles over like a complete circle, and you can cut those, well, you should cut those off to keep the energy going down into the bulb and making bigger bulbs of garlic for you. But once you cut those scapes off, you can use them for cooking. Like you can put them in a stir fry, or even chop them up and put them in soups and stuff, and they're really good that way. So don't waste them, always use them. So I have a few varieties. My mother-in-law went to a garlic festival in Pennsylvania this year, and I told her to bring me back some garlic if they had people selling it. So she got me, oh, I can't even say that, so I'm gonna butcher this name. Heirloom. I looked it up. It says it is a variety that was found in Indian reservation in Washington State, and that one is a softneck variety. The Lore's Italian, and that one is also a softneck, and it was brought over by the Lore's family in the 1900s, and was obviously from Italy. The Kettle River Giant. Trying to remember what this one was. It is a softneck variety, and it also came from Washington State, was found in Washington State. So that is also a Native American variety. I know there was one more. That's another Kettle River. I like how they kind of labeled them. That was nice. Some other lures. Oh, Georgia Fire. So these are the hardneck variety that she picked me up. And they have like a harder stem. Like you can see how, oh, good grief. You can see how it looks layered in there in the stem. And then on the Georgia Fires, you can kind of see, it's not gonna focus. Oh yeah, there we go. You can see how the stem has one center stem, and it's hollow in the middle. So these are going to produce your scapes, the Georgia Fires. I also found out, I had never heard of these, but they're the hottest garlic variety. So they have a spicier flavor. So I'm excited to try those. So when I plant garlic, you're going to, anytime you plant garlic really, you're going to take and separate your cloves. So I'm just going to pull these apart and kind of show you, open them up. So your cloves are basically what you're using in your cooking and stuff. And we're just going to plant those. So when you plant them, this is the bottom side. And it has like a little flat area. And then you can see like the tip of the garlic. This is what we want pointing up towards the sky. So I'm not really worried about the paper getting anywhere. So you're going to see all the paper from the garlic. It's going to break down in your bed or wherever you're planting it. This is an awesome thing to do in like a container. because it doesn't really need a lot of space. It's going to be in this bed until like June or July of next year. So this variety said that it takes 200, this variety, which one am I doing? The Lour's Italian said that it took 240 days to complete. So what I'm gonna do is break all of these garlic bulbs apart. I have a small bed here that I'm gonna put just the Lour's variety in, and then we'll find other places for the other varieties that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna take all of these bulbs apart and get our cloves ready. You want to use the bigger cloves. So while I break this apart, let me see if I can. We always want to use the bigger ones. So in the center of your garlic bulb, you're gonna find these smaller pieces, and I don't usually use those. I guess you could plant them. They're still gonna produce something. But the smaller ones, like this one, I'm not gonna plant because he's just super tiny. Okay, how I have them set up is I've kind of zigzagged them. I don't know what else you would call that. Let's see. So I have one here, one there, one here, one there, one here, and that's how I'll plant them. So when we plant them, we want the root side down and the tip side up. And I usually go about an inch down into the ground and then just cover them up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these in the ground, and then we'll start on the other bed. And then there you go. So this bed is planted, and I won't have to mess with it or anything until like June or July of next year. When it's ready, I'm sure I'll do another video when they're ready to harvest. But after they're done growing, the leaves will start to turn yellow up at the top, and you'll kind of tell that it's starting to die back, and that's when you know it's good to pull them up. I like to dig one up just to see what the bulb looks like and make sure that they're big enough and large enough and ready to go. So if you pull up your garlic too soon, it's gonna look like a chive, like a skinny onion. A lot of people will pull them up and be like, why is my garlic not growing? But just leave it in there, let the leaves yellow and start to die back, and that's when you know it's time to pull it up. So another thing that I was gonna share, when I first started growing garlic, I went to the store and bought just a regular bulb of garlic. I got the organic ones, but even if you get the organic, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. But when you buy garlic bulbs from the grocery store, they could have been sprayed with something at some point, which reduces, its rate of germination and ability to grow. So I try to find places that I can get my garlic from. This garlic came from, I don't know if they sell it online, but it was Fama's, F-A-M-A-S, Fama's farm, and they're based out of Pennsylvania. But they had a lot of different cool varieties. I got on their Facebook page. I didn't see a website for them, but I got on their Facebook page, and they have so many different types of garlic from them. So if I can find a place to contact them and get their information, I'll post that below. Another place that I like to get mine from is Baker's Creek, which is rareseeds.com, and then MIgardener will also put garlic for sale, usually at the beginning of fall or right before fall. And if you get on their Facebook page, he's always posting, and he'll let you know like when they get stuff, or when they're about to put things on their website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant one more bed. The only downside I have found to planting my own garlic is that those beds are pretty much taken up until they're ready to harvest. So like June and July, you've already got stuff in the ground. So I would try to find like a designated area to put your garlic in. Like I said, you could do it in containers. I may even put a couple in some pots, and we can see how well they grow in the pots. I would definitely use like a potting soil type thing for that, because it's gonna hold more moisture, and that's the main thing with like container gardening. Those pots in the containers can dry out really fast, so you gotta make sure that you're watering them. Also, before harvest, I like to stop watering the garlic about 2 weeks before. That gives it gives the garlic a little bit of time to dry out in the ground, and I'm sure once we get this time next year, no, Sarah, when it's June and July of next year, when we get ready to harvest, we'll do like a whole harvesting and how I cure the garlic to hold over for the rest of the year until we're planting again. But I plant about 2 beds of garlic every year, and it lasts all year. I have enough to, cook with throughout the year. I have enough to I do garlic honey fermentation for like colds and sore throats and stuff like that. So what I grow just in a small space is good for the entire year for us, which we do have. We have 4 people living in the house. So yeah, I think that's a really good thing to start growing, like if you're new and you're a beginner, because it's really low maintenance. You put it in the ground and it's good to go for like 240 days. So I am going to finish planting this bed. I do like to put straw over the bed. It helps hold in the moisture of the dirt. I don't really like to leave the soil uncovered, and I did it this year just to see the difference, and I can definitely tell that you retain a whole lot more moisture when you put a mulching over top of your bed. So mulching, like you can put leaves, like right now the leaves are falling, you could put dried leaves on top of your bed. I usually go to our local feed store and get the straw from there. I got some from a big box store one time, and I'm pretty sure it was sprayed with stuff, and we just had a really, really bad growing year. So if you can get some at a feed store, that's what I would do. So I'm gonna show you, I opened up, this is the hardneck variety, and it has like a stem that goes all the way down the center of the bulb. And then this is the softneck variety, and it just has bulbs overlapping all the way in. There's no stem in the middle. It's just bulbs all the way down. So those are the 2 main differences in garlic, so of your hardneck and softneck varieties. So there's a bunch of different like other categories, like you have porcelain and artichoke, but if you're looking online and it says hardneck or softneck, those are your main differences. So you either get the whole stem down the middle, and these produce the scapes. So hardneck produces scapes, softnecks do not, and they're easier to braid and put together after they're done curing. So what I did was I put the hardnecks on the end, so the Georgia Fires are on the end, and then we have, where did my stickies go? The Heirloom. I'm going to look that up because I know I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. So those are in the middle, and then the Kettle River Giants I put over here on kind of in the middle. I only had one of the Heirloom Reds, so I kind of ran out, but anyway, I can still, like if I wanted to plant some regular, like the ones that I grew last year, I got these from a local store, and she didn't know the variety of them, but they are a softneck variety. I do know that. But the people that sent it to her didn't tell her what the variety was. I'll probably fill in with the ones that I don't know what they are in the naked spots. So in each bulb, I just took these apart because I didn't count how many I planted, but I just took these apart and counted how many cloves were in them. And just that small one had 10. So I had, oh my goodness, that's crazy. So this is just 2 cloves of garlic in this one. Like, that is a giant clove. I'll show you. So these are the ones that I grew last year. I was trying to get it apart because I thought it was more than 1 clove in here, but it is just 2 giant cloves. I don't take all the paper off. I just take, you know, the stuff that's hanging off. So this is 1 clove of garlic. Like, that's the size of my palm of my hand. It's like an egg-sized garlic clove. So I'm gonna plant these on the end and see what they do, because that is insane. It almost looks like elephant garlic. I know it's not, but so we'll see. I had 7 cloves of garlic from the stuff that my mother-in-law bought at that festival, and then I brought out, which that one was. We're not even gonna talk about that one because I don't know how that happened. So we're talking 10 cloves of garlic per bulb. So 70 bulbs of garlic from 7 that I planted. That's a pretty good turnaround. So out of the ones that I grew last year, I brought 5 bulbs out, and I got 32 cloves, good sized cloves to plant out of all of those. So if you're planting, you know, if you're planting 5 cloves of garlic, you get, or 5 bulbs of garlic, you're gonna break that down. I got about 32, so we'll say like 30. You're gonna have 30 bulbs of garlic for next year, and it just can repeat itself. So once you grow those, I'll save bulbs from this year's harvest for next year. So once you grow it the first time, once you buy those first bulbs, if you harvest it and you dry it out correctly, you wouldn't have to buy garlic the next year to plant. You just keep on repurposing it, and that's kind of what we want to do here. We want to make a sustainable way of growing our garlic, and not having to spend all that money over and over and over again for the next year. So what I did was I gave each bulb about 2 to 3 spaces. I'm definitely going to have to get some more because I ran out of room, or I ran out of cloves of garlic to plant. So we'll get some more from the stash to plant. I like to refer to my gardening method as chaotic gardening, because like, I know there's, you know, a nice fancy way to plant your garlic, but I mean, and it's kind of like a pattern. It looks like one, but again, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, if you want bigger bulbs, you need to give them enough space. But so what I'm going to do is, they're about 1 inch down, and I'm just going to plant them, or cover them with some soil. So I got them all covered up and planted. The white stuff is just the paper. But what I did was, I took some comfrey leaves and just put them where I stopped planting. That way I know I still need to go back and plant some more cloves of garlic there. I hope that helped a little bit if you were wondering how you should plant your garlic. Hopefully that helped you get an idea how quick and easy it can be. I'm gonna put some in a container just to see, so we can keep track of it. I'm gonna keep up with that on my Instagram stories. If you'll go follow us, it's just Fiddle Firm Farmstead, and I also have it linked in our bio. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments, and we hope that y'all have an amazing day, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya!